Hi, this is Win Claybaugh. Welcome to my Best of Masters weekly audio blog for AmericanSalon.com. Next up is one of my favorite clips from the last 20 years of inspiring interviews from Masters Audio Club. How would you define old school leadership? And then I'm going to ask you to define new school leadership.
I think, it's funny. There's definitely a place in corporate America for what we've seen, the hierarchy. The boss is important, putting people in place. But I think we as millennials, the old school would be, I will tell you what to do as a boss, and you will do that because I know, or as a manager, what we need to do. I would say the new school is saying, I'm inviting you in to what I'm dealing with in my mindscape because I think that you can contribute massively to the success of what we can accomplish.
I have goosebumps with that.
Only if we can accomplish it together will we be successful. So for me, it's like I think the best leaders in this generation will be ones that make very few decisions themselves, like in a bubble, or corporately it'll happen. Or if they can just empower those that are, if quote unquote, below them, then they're going to have, like I said, lifelong employees. Because no one wants to just work for someone else's vision. We want to share everybody's vision. So a true leader really has to be able to, convey their vision and allow that to be molded,
I read some statistic about when they asked employees to rate in order of importance, income was about number 7 on the list as to why they would continue working for that company. Number 7, that's pretty low. And what was more important than that? My opinion matters, that I'm safe at work, that I have a voice, that I have a friend at work, and those things were far more important. What are some of the other traits about the millennium generation that would be valuable for our listeners to hear?
Well, for me, I can talk about just individual experiences that I've had with employees. It's so important that I will sit down with my designer, and I'll say, what do you think about going in this direction? And then he'll be able to bounce back ideas with me. So that time, there's a book out there, 1 Minute Manager. To me, it's like employees that you're close to that you want to bring up and mature with you, you need to just spend more time with them. Mm-hmm. For me, that's important. Mm-hmm. And not just like, let's get the job done, but how's your wife? That normal stuff, but oftentimes we forget it, that everybody's on this journey of life. And, it's weird, but my life and my work kind of commingle all the time. And I think, I don't claim to be a workaholic, I just love what I do. And I think my employees love what they do and want to be a part of it. And it becomes a lifestyle choice. So if you can build that into your framework, then you have, again, an army out there that you're all kind of moving together and in fellowship, and it's great.
So it's not 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is the job. TGIF, that came up because people can't wait till Friday at 5 o'clock so that they can then go have a life, that they can then go enjoy themselves. Otherwise, they hate what's happening between 9 to 5. And so what you're saying is when people love what they're doing, and there's ways of creating that love and that harmony and that passion for what you're doing, no matter what it is, then it's not just about 9 to 5.
Yes, and I'll say this, too. It might seem like what I'm saying is very weak as far as you have to coddle your employees or whatever. Not at all. What I've seen is very effective is you throw out an impossible vision. People in my offices have cried. They've gotten upset. One of my films, we have it on tape. Our movement director, Margie Dillenberg, starts breaking down and saying, you're asking me to do the impossible. But it's that charge that, it's not just you alone. We're all doing it together, and it's crazy what we're trying to accomplish together. But that is the charge. We're not going for the mediocre here. And so, 9 to 5, that's mediocre to me. It's like, no, this is, to pull off the impossible, we're all going to have to be in it to win it, Mm-hmm. I don't know if that really resonated.
Oh, yes, it does. Absolutely, it does.
Yeah. So dream big. Dream big. Not only for the company and allow people into that vision, but dream big, too, and what you can do to change the world, because that's what people want. They don't want to be like, oh, we can have a bake sale and raise $30. They want to say, how can we drive 80,000 kids to sleep out in the street and really sacrifice it?